because my life's different now. The hard part for me is not to kill these guys that talk. The easy part for me was killing guys and hurting guys.
Why was it easy?
That's part of my life. It's like putting on a uniform and going to the army. It's a crazy way of thinking. When I signed up for this life, I believed in it. I don't believe in it anymore. There's two things that ruin this life that people don't understand. Structure, right, and fear. There is no more fear because they're asking people outside of the mob to do their killing for them, to do their shooting for them.
Wait, structure and fear is what made it work, or structure
Made it
and fear
work.
it's what made
Made
it
it
work?
work. Why it doesn't work now is because I can name, and I can see how I just named all the guys I shot and stabbed, and I could have kept going, right? You could see I could keep rambling these names. That same guy, the same way I did that, I can name family after family. Joe Messina, acting boss, of the Bonanno family, became a rat. John Gotti Jr. became a rat. Al Diarco, Lucchese family, a rat. Philadelphia mob, Ralph Natali, rat. Leonetti, rat. How are you going to have structure when all your bosses are ratting? Not only the bosses, I can go down the line at captains. I can go to Mikey Scars, became a cooperator. I won't call him a rat, cooperator. He was John Gotti Jr.'s best friend. He made statements. I was there when we were setting up juries for Gotti Sr. Why is he making that statement if I'm a nobody? If I'm not this guy everybody says? Why is he saying that Johnny Alite, he was there when we were going to hit Curtis Lee when I denied it? I said, I'm not hitting a journalist. We got enough guys we can hit and kill. So why am I at weddings? Why am I at the Gotti's wedding? Why am I at sisters? So when people talk out of line and they don't have a clue what they're talking, they have no idea the violence that we were living. And what I personally did for the Gambino family. In jails, out of jails.
John, let me ask you, I'm listening to the way you say it. You're saying it a way a baseball player would say, you know, game 3 playoffs round, you know, such and such, I hit the double and it scored a winning run, you know. Game 1 opener against the Yankees, I hit a, you know, home run and we ended up winning, I won 3-4-4. The way you're saying it is just so nonchalant. Is that a part of it where in your world there is, it almost sounds, it's like, I don't want to say bragging rights, but it's like, listen, I'm a real soldier. Here's what I really did. Because you lived in that, I feel the competitive spirit that you have. I feel the spirit of, look, I'm legit, here's what I did. I was a driven guy, I was committed to the life, and I wanted to come through, and I'm not one of these guys that didn't, that were afraid to be soldiers. I did this part as well. That's the way it comes across. Are these things where for you during that part of the world you look at it and you say, I chose to live this life and I'm proud of the job I did? Is that kind of how you're processing it or no?
My father, let me go back to my father. My father taught me to be best at whatever I did. So when I played baseball, you'd have to beat me for me to back away from a guy coming to home plate when I was a little kid and a catcher. There's no way I'm going to step away and side tag him. When I was in the ring, whether win or lose, they put me in a ring one time with a kid that was destroying me. And my trainer wasn't there, and it was, you know, just sparring. Mm-hmm. And I refused not to go in the ring. And he beat me all over the ring. And then when I got involved with the mob, I believe, here's the thing that why I'm so animate the way I talk and what I say, and is because I believed in the mob more than anybody. I went against my family. I went on the run because I didn't want to give up anybody in the mob. I left all my money, millions. I left my children. I stayed in a Brazilian penitentiary, and I was going to rot there. I was willing to face the death sentence. I lived in every country you could think of. Meanwhile, my enemies and my friends, like Gotti Jr., were already cooperating. So what I'm trying to do, and it's so important for me to say, I am the real deal. I am the guy that did this. It's not bragging. And you know, maybe sometimes it comes off that way because I'm angry because I go around now. I don't know if you know what I change. Because I go around and I teach kids don't follow. That's why I'm angry. Because I don't want kids to follow this life. I don't want kids to understand and think that these guys are tough guys. Because in my book that I'm going to do with Susan Pike, I'm going to come out with the next book. This is Darkest Hour 1. I'm coming out with Darkest Hour 2 and 3. And in Darkest Hour 2, that's coming out in February, I'm going to put a scorecard like we do in sports. When somebody gets, just what you said, how many hits or how many tackles. I'm going to go through how many of these guys never touched a gun in their life. Never did a killing, Pete Gotti, say. Never touched a gun. He didn't kill anybody. It's easy to ask this kid to do the killing from. It was easy to ask me to do the killing and the shooting, and then when it's finished and all the trouble starts, say he was nobody. Because they're going to do it to the next kid. That's why I'm so...
Who was saying you were nobody?
Whoever says it. I'm saying it doesn't matter who's saying it. What I'm trying to teach these kids is don't follow this life. I'm here to tell you I lived this life. I was a guy that was in this life making a ton of money. This is a dead-end way to live. So it's very important to be very strong about the way I'm talking and what I've done. And it's very important to let these kids know, listen, do not follow this. This is a one-way street to nowhere.